And we're live with some more tactics. Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Well, in my neck of the woods of things, my old job, so all of that is squared away, and I'll be starting my new job next Monday. So that is the big thing that happened for me today. Aside from that, it was fairly normal, but yeah, I'm done. I'm gone, and I'm going to be. And I just got done with some other things with my new job to do, and everything should be squared away. So yeah, next Monday is going to be interesting because it's gonna be a adjustment for a lot of reasons. So yeah. But aside from that, we're playing some more tactics. So last we left off on here, Alma had gotten taken by the church, and we lost pretty much all of our Zodiac stones because of that. So we're tracking down the church soldiers that took her. Turns out Weegraf was a part of the church because after we had defeated him in the in the first part of the game, he grew very disillusioned about his own abilities as a person that wanted to do right by the people that were not treated well after the 50 Years' War. But yeah, he became a church soldier, and then he turned into a demon from the Zodiac stones, and then we kind of grounded around a bit and bumbled with some level ups and some errands that we did to earn some extra money. So yeah, that's essentially all we did. We fought through the church section, managed to win through that, and then had this whole thing happen, and now we have to go get Alma back. And all of this is still going under the conflict between Goltana and Larg. However, the church is working with a separate faction that seems to have their own ideas, and as we had, witnessed before, they have essentially orchestrated this whole royal succession conflict to have them both take each other out so the church can reign supreme as the surviving force. We also learned that apparently the main figurehead of the church, Saint Ajora, I believe, turns out to have just been like a swindling asshole. So that was a fun thing to learn. Yeah, besides that, not much else as far as major updates with this game is concerned. I didn't always have the time to really... I did not have the time to do any other extra grinding, so whatever we end up with the story levels is what we've got.
To the front.
Actually, no, I don't want you. I want you, and I want... Yeah, we've been sending out a lot of characters to do different stuff. Different things and stuffs. And we still keep getting a shit ton of chocobos.
To battle.
Alright, let's try this. I don't know what the level capacity is looking like for the next few fights, but we'll have to see. Oh, it's just a chocobo and a... Oh. Oh. Okay. I mean, hey, it's extra experience for my chocobos, at least. He says as it immediately misses. Cool. So I guess other updates, aside from, me changing jobs now, is I am also still going through the same book that I had been going through, Alchemized, and I'll say it's been very interesting to go through that because there has been there was a twist that recently happened in the story, and it's now kind of changed to more of a flashback situation as to how the main character ended up in the situation that she ended up in. And it's been a very interesting book. As I said, very well written backstory with the world. I would love to have some kind of backstory lexicon where you just learn about the history of the world itself, because the way that it's done has the world building tidbits and stuff being added in like after like a term is introduced. Like typically how I've seen in a lot of writing is like, oh, a thing gets introduced that the audience may not know about, and then the audience then gets like a little diatribe explaining what the thing is and the history of why it is the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I'd like a comprehensive little I'd like a comprehensive lexicon of some kind to kind of make it even out a little bit. Aside from that, though, it's a very good listen. Good characters, very gruesome world. Literally a world full of necromancy where people resurrect the bodies of, like, resurrect dead bodies to be servants and alternate them out in the event that those dead bodies just decay too far to be usable. It's morbid stuff.
On errands. Right then.
We were successful beyond our wildest dreams.
We responded to a call from Larcom Mercantile to protect their caravan from monsters. While fighting off one such attack, one of the Chocobo's wains turned... Wains? I think it needs to be reins. Chocobo's reins overturned, spilling a large stash of prohibited narcotics. We questioned the driver over the matter, and he revealed that the company president, Nalmanhaus, a man aged 140, was involved in a drug smuggling ring and had ordered the shipment to be sent. The city guard succeeded in arresting Haas as he made to flee, and we received a unexpected reward for helping him bring...
All went to plan. We did good work.
Okay,
Way
so
better than we've ever done before.
you discovered that he was
Also
running a
fortunate
drug
enough
ring.
to claim this extraordinary curio.
Scarab Charm, an iridescent charm crafted in the shape of a beetle. It is favored among the common people as a bringer of good fortune.
A fine treasure you found there. I commend you. I'd consider that a job well done.
All right.
Anything else I can help? Thanks.
And then there's the one other errand that got freed up. But Combo,
Me?
what are you looking at job point wise? 600, yeah, looking good. And we also unlocked Ninja, Arithmetician and Ninja as jobs. And I found it very funny that Arithmetician is a job option, which essentially says, like, math is an in-universe spell system. Very odd, but, you know, we'll give it a go. See how it is. So we're gonna go receive the other... We'll collect all of our units that we're doing some errands, and then after that we will, we'll start the next story beat, because, you know, we bumbled around plenty last time.
Yes?
But you didn't really get many job points.
What
Ramza, I don't know what this last ability is, and that's going to bug the fuck out of me. But you've learned everything from Squire. And you're one level away from that, which means we gotta change you to Geomancer, because I'm curious about what the hell this is. And then Gustan, was I making you? Yes, I was making you into whatever this is. So you need to be level 5 summoner. So you're a long ways off from that. Morgaine. When I do an off-stream grind again, I may see what I could make her there. Because she's been great as a Dragoon, but I'm kind of curious as to what that job is. Because we literally just have 2 jobs pretty much to unlock, and then we've got everything. Yeah, let's go get our units. So something else that I did see is that 2 important castings apparently went down for the live-action Legend of Zelda movie. Those apparently being of Ganondorf and whoever the late Sam Neill is playing. Ganondorf is being played by Uli Latukefu. I likely butchered that name. I'm so sorry, but I mean, looking up, yeah, it seems fitting. And Sam Neill, we don't know quite who he plays, but if speculation were to be a playing factor in many people's mindsets, it's looking likely that he'll be King of Hyrule or something like that. Because I don't know, I could see him playing that. I'm not actually, we need like more levels.
We shall not lose.
I was planning on making you, whatever this job was, I believe. So maybe I'd change you to a thief, actually.
I shall do my utmost.
Did you have level 2 in Geo? You do. So we'll just make you level 5 in thief, and then you're set. I'm gonna combo out here so he can gain a little experience. And Ramza could use a catch-up on this. Let's do that.
At the ready.
So yeah, that was some Zelda movie news I saw. Otherwise, aside from the Fields of Mystria 1.0 fan art I've been seeing all over Blue Sky, work's been very busy, and I've not been able to really check socials as much as I would normally. But who knows, maybe that'll change now since I'll be working in a position that lets me off a lot earlier in the day than normal, because, as I said, this new job is going to be a 4 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. shift, which is going to be a really big change, but I'm fine with it because what my dad and what my parents and I kind of agree on the idea is that because I end up being off in the day so early, I could potentially end up having my afternoons and evenings free to do more stuff, especially when it's approaching weekends, and that could, potentially be really nice. And, I'll be streaming a lot earlier in the day because of that as well. So, yeah, just thinking on that. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, aim's not really worked out for me very well with archers. Wait, no, that's a bad idea. He'll get a combo. There we go. I'd also seen that apparently it's Metroid's 40th anniversary today, and I honestly was expecting more Samus fan art to be around Blue Sky than I expected, but I don't know. It feels like a lot of the major anniversaries of some franchises have, like, unless it's Pokemon, it's not really been given a whole lot of attention. I think it's because people are just in general kind of ambivalent to it lately. Like, unless it's like a super important franchise to them, people are too busy to really get hyped about things anymore. Like, it reminds me of that Get Gianni video, or Gianni, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but you've likely seen his stuff if you're on YouTube or been on the internet enough. He's one of he's the voice of Gabriel in Ultra Kill, like well-known voice actor, very funny guy. And he did like a Duke Nukem video where it was like, oh my, like those damn alien bastards are real. The government confirmed it. And he's just explaining like, I don't really feel anything now. It's like, I don't even know if aliens are real anymore just because the government says so. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, what the fuck, guys? It's like, as he says in the video, what, the government can find aliens, but they can't find me a goddamn healthcare plan? So, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Like, excitement is there. It's just, through the lens of everything going on right now, everybody's not exactly jazzed over the notion. Like, not... Yeah, I'm not explaining myself very well. It's just... I've noticed that general enthusiasm for some things has kind of not been as strong when it comes to events related to anything, almost. Like, there's some that have happened, like that one basketball game in New York that got the whole streets of New York City popping the fuck off. But... I don't know, like,
What do you need?
Again, though, it might just be me because of the my job not making it very feasible for... Oh, wait, did I... Okay, so that's Ninja.
What is it?
We do know now that having a ninja on our party is pretty goddamn strong. Where did she go? Wait, no, I had it. There she is. Okay, I had her on an errand, that's why. We do also know that having a ninja is pretty nice. But yeah, I remember instances in news where it felt like the cool stuff getting showcased was, you know, the highlight of the week. But it feels like in the wake of literally everything that's going on, having good highlights of the week is hard to do because of all the horrible shit happening all the time.
Lead the way. We shall not lose.
Alright. Is Lilith with us? Because I could add her into this. No, she's in that errand I'm gonna get her from.
To battle.
Probably need to buy more potions too if I'm gonna have him be available. Have combo be available for things. But yeah, if one of those jobs ends up being a bard, then I gotta off stream like really make sure I level combo up enough to be a bard, because he requested that, and it feels very weird to not have encountered bard yet in a Final Fantasy game when I feel like that is a mainstay job in almost any system of RPG you could think about. She can't go down. What in the hell? That's weird. Alright, you just wait then. You don't have any steel skills.
My turn, is it?
That's really strange that she is not going down the ledge.
It's over.
There we go. Combo gets some more experience. And do another summon for Ifrit. Ow. Okay, there we go. Could just throw rocks. And then high potion. There we go. But yeah, so far, with the Zelda movie stuff, I don't know how to feel about it. Like, on one hand, I am very curious about how it'll go, but on the other side of things, I'm like, I need to see like an actual trailer. Like, if we see an actual trailer, I'll start to feel differently about it. But I and a lot of other people are kind of the same mind of like, why the fuck is this not animated? And apparently, the director for this project is one that not a lot of confidence is had in this director, because he apparently directed that movie Maze Runner, which I don't know anything about Maze Runner, so anybody that does, please enlighten me as to the movie's quality. I know it's based on a book, I just don't know what all it's about, and if the movie's, you know, an adaptation that's sufficient or not. I remember ads for that movie, I just don't remember if the... Like, I think I heard the movie's not very good, but... Again, like... Adaptations being a practice in compromise between mediums doesn't always lead to fans being very satisfied with the outcome of a adaptation in general. I mean, you know, people claim that Lord of the Rings is a bad adaptation because it doesn't have Tom Bombadil, and it's like, well, I'd say they're still good movies. And I've listened to the books now, so I have context about Tom Bombadil. And frankly, while he's a nice inclusion in the story as a reprieve for the hobbits back in Book 1, on the grander scale of a massive conflict, are you fucking kidding me? Alright, I should stop fucking around. In the grander context of a massive conflict between an all-powerful evil, a near all-powerful evil... Oh, of course you don't have Phoenix Downs. And Ramza... And of course, shit. That was just a bad critical. Anyhow, as I was saying, like, in the grand scheme of things, cutting Tom Bombadil's not the... It's not the worst thing that Lord of the Rings could have done as an adaptation of a book like that. Because, you know, in the end, the focus of that book was... Or the focus of the movies was to be more present in the... more on the idea of presenting the real-world danger of the ring and Sauron and everything else, as opposed to going, like, you know, stopping along the way in certain points. Because otherwise, aside from Tom Bombadil, I can't think of many other things that the adaptation doesn't at least include to some extent. Like, there's little tidbits here and there, and also that the first movie takes in some parts from Two Towers and kind of includes it in that, but otherwise, yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's just a pretty faithful adaptation. But then again, I also am a part of... I'm also aware in the anime community about how if an adaptation doesn't have the proper... If it's not like one-to-one or things of that caliber, then it's a shit adaptation, because I've been in enough Full Metal Alchemist discourse to see that shit. And yes, I am somebody that enjoys Full Metal Alchemist 2003. I have it on Blu-ray on my shelf right now. Like, I really disliked the hate that that series got in, I want to say it was like late 2010s, something like that, where everybody just shat on 2003 because it was not exactly like the source material, when guess what? Not every anime out there is going to be entirely faithful, because at that point, if you're gonna want something that's one-to-one faithful and like nothing changed from the source material, go fucking read the source material. Like, yeah. Because as I said, adaptations are a lot of ways a compromise of one medium versus another. And, you know, while 2003 FMA definitely, you know, had its moments of not entirely being the strongest adaptation out there, and down to having an original ending, which, by the way, the author approved of. It's not like they spat completely on the legacy of Fullmetal Alchemist by having an original ending. It could have been a lot worse. And I don't hate the ending they have for it. It works for 2003 FMA. And I'm very glad that 2003 FMA is getting... It has at least... I've been finding more 2003 FMA fans, you know, through Blue Sky and through, like, just asking about with people. And it's been nice to see that, because, frankly, while Brotherhood is very good, that series begins almost in a way where it feels like you have to watch the original to get the fanfare of everything. Like, can you, honest to God, look to me in the eye and say you can meet somebody that has watched FMA Brotherhood and 2003 and say that the Nina Tucker section is better in Brotherhood? I don't think you can.
It's now or never.
Alright, Potion U. And there are a lot of other things that I think 2003 does better than Brotherhood. I actually like the homunculi better in 2003 FMA than Brotherhood. I feel like they have a bit more, you know, ironic statement ahead, humanity. While there's good character development in Brotherhood for the homunculi, do not mistake me, the way that the homunculi are done in 2003, I feel like adds to them a far more human element than what Brotherhood did. I also like the lighting better in... I also like the lighting and general atmosphere. Actually, no. I remember an exact statement that somebody had observed about 2003 versus Brotherhood that I really enjoyed. God. I don't remember the exact wording. I'll probably remember after the ad break. But it was a statement that I'd never thought about before regarding how the two series are versus each other, and it just made me like 2003 more and like Brotherhood just as much still. Like, because I don't hate Brotherhood, I just hate that Brotherhood became the golden child of anime and that 2003 just got dumped on for so many years. But I'm going to try and remember what the statement was after the ad break. So 3 minutes and then an hour of no pre-rolls after. So hydrate, stretch, do whatever you need to do. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. All right. So I remembered what the statement was, at least broadly. The statement was that 2003 Fullmetal Alchemist felt like more of a story about the nature of conflict and how horribly conflict can be towards all sides involved. Like, kind of a war story, almost. Whereas, like, a war story with a fantasy filter put on it. Like, that's essentially it. Because while Fullmetal Alchemist has a lot of fantastical elements, for 2003 at least, 2003 FMA doesn't have, like, the happiest ending out there. It doesn't have, like, the happy couple live happily ever after. It doesn't have everything turning out hunky-dory for all the characters involved. And it kind of leaves things on kind of a bittersweet style note. Meanwhile, Brotherhood is far more leaning into the fantasy, happy ending, everything's good situation. So that's some of the differences that I remember spotting. That was a difference that I remember somebody having with Brotherhood and Brotherhood in 2003, and I was like, oh wow, I never really thought of it on that idea, because like, yeah, that does make sense that it'd be more of like a war style conflict of like, it's like fantasy with a war versus Fullmetal Alchemist with a fantasy. Like Brotherhood's fantasy in more of the full like happy ending story. 2003 is more about the conflict inside of the story and happens to have just fantastical elements to it. So yeah, like, sorry I'm not explaining myself very well. I also am very tired, but I'm pretty exhausted. But that's that's the whole deal. I just saw that perspective on it regarding how Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 presents the story as more of a war story versus Brotherhood being more like full-on fantasy. And I just thought that was a really cool perspective, and I wanted to share about that. I wish I could find the post. Can I find the post? I remember I liked it. Let me see if I can find it. See if I can find it. Did I like it? Oh god, if I did, it must have been a while back. Shit. Sure. Where was it? Ah, God, this is gonna bug the fuck out of me, because it was a genuinely nice perspective. It has to have been on my profile, because you can search through your likes on your profile. That's how I'm trying to find this post, because it was... Come on, where was it? Where was it? It wasn't that long ago, either. Where was it? Ooh, okay. In the wake of trying to find this, I did see this take. Like, that 2003 has so much more going on that while it is messier, it does feel more textured than Brotherhood. That's a very good way to put it. Yeah. Okay, no, I found it. FMA sets itself apart by breaking away from the usual tropes, becoming decidedly less fantastic and more anti-war as it progressed. Good and evil get blurred, and betrayals are on all sides, mean you never know when or how someone will die. And then the same person follows up on another comment saying, the military isn't evil because it's got bad guys infiltrating high places, it's evil because it's the military and it does military stuff. Namely, invading smaller countries, ethnic purges, and some illegal experiments, because we gotta find some use for those. Yeah. Because 2003 FMA starts to present its setting with a more anti-war message, and while that is also a message that can be taken in Brotherhood, 2003 runs a bit more on that angle versus Brotherhood. Brotherhood kind of turns into more like bad people infiltrated the organization and it's corrupt in that sense, which is very good. It's still very good. Like, do not mistake me. It is good. Just, you know, it's a different like it's a different story versus 2003 with how it wanted to present its story. So, yeah, that's all that I really have to say about that, because honestly, like, talking Full Metal Alchemist, as I said, in the late 2010s, it led to like a lot of discourse and a lot of 2003 hate because it wasn't close to the source material. And if something's not close to the source material, it may as well just be in the trash. It's so bad. Oh, it's unwatchable. But in the end, it's more Full Metal Alchemist. Like, both are phenomenal. And you shouldn't be just turning up your noses at it because of some source material related thing. Like, unless it's disparaging the source material, like downplaying it or making fun of it in any way, I don't think there's a problem with doing some changes here. And plus, some of the original episodes they added in, I actually really liked. Like, I've talked about this before, I believe, but there's a quotes filler episode in 2003 where Ed ends up encountering this Ishbal. It's pronounced differently depending on Brotherhood versus 2003. Like an Ishvalan war veteran who lost his leg. And, you know, he talks to this veteran, and after getting his leg back, he's like, hey, I know a really good automail engineer. She could, like, she's, you know, she can be a pain, because that's how he talks, that's how he refers with Winry. He's like, you know, she can be a bit of a firecracker, but she's really good and she's really skilled. I mean, she made my leg. And this veteran tells him, I don't want that, because if I did that, then I feel like I'd be erasing the path that led me to where I am. And it feel like I'm trying to erase the things that I did to get me to a happier place. Like, how like, I don't want that, because it feels like I'd be undoing the mistakes in my life that led me here. It'd be like me trying to erase the consequences of my past. And he turns the question on Ed, and he turns that to Ed being like, how about you? You know, are you willing to just completely, like, finish whatever task you're up to and then just say, I'm done with the consequences? Because, yeah, Ed, in the path to trying to find a way to bring him and Al's bodies back, did a lot of things that have some consequences that are farther reaching than just him doing this one simple thing. Because if Ed just got his if Ed got his bodies back, his and Al's bodies back to normal, Ed's a state alchemist. He can't just say, like, all right, guys, it's been real. I got mine and my brother's bodies back. I know we did some, like, illegal alchemy stuff, but we fixed it. All right, I hit Control Z on this, and I got me and my leg and arm back in Al's body. So here's my 2 weeks notice. We're just gonna go back and do some more research. All right, peace. He can't do that to the military, because, you know, there's more regulations and there's greater conflict that is beyond that he ended up involving himself in, and he can't just like be gone from the things that he did, you know? It'd be like the equivalent of Ed walking into a room, kicking a chair over, and him just completely being oblivious to him kicking the chair over despite the patrons yelling at him. Like, that'd be kind of what Ed would do if... That's essentially what the veteran is trying to ask him about. It's like, are you really that willing to, like, erase this consequence of your actions to, you know, to this end? Because, yeah, that's just the whole deal, you know? Like, would that veteran's life be potentially improved with an automail leg? Yes, but he as a person saw and did some very bad shit during that war, and he feels like he just can't accept a way to improve his life because that station in life that he has is a consequence of the things that he did. Much like how Ed and Al losing parts of themselves had been a consequence of them trying to bring their mom back. So, yeah, in general, I just like a lot of elements of 2003 Fullmetal Alchemist due to more of the introspection of the characters. That, as that post I just saw put, makes the world feel like it's textured. Feels more lived in, feels more like gritty. And not to say Brotherhood doesn't have its moments of introspection and grit, but it feels more shonen. It feels more shonen, and it feels more fantastical. And at the end of the day, it's going to come up to personal preference, but at least we can all agree that Sacred Star of Milos was fucking dog shit.
An errand's over and done with. Right then.
That's the one thing that any Fullmetal Alchemist fan can agree on. Are there some well-animated moments in that movie? Sure. But it's still a bad movie. Like, Conqueror of Shambhala is definitely better than that one.
Our deeds will be spoken of for many moons.
Carrot, a 5-month-old Marlboro kept as a pet by Countess Zalmace, had gone missing. After an extended search, we found Carrot feeding in the hills behind Zalmace's manor and returned her safely to the Countess. Consulting with a specialist, we learned that domesticated Marlboros regress when their wild state regress to their wild state every generation, and determined this was the cause of the little Carrot's escape. Wow, so not a cat, a marble. Marlboro.
Unbelievable, would you not agree? I'll wager you're rather pleased with us right now.
I'd consider that a job well done.
Alright, and then Zero's challenge.
Right then.
It was a monumental success. Our fortune could not have been greater.
Zero had issued a warning that he would strike, threatening to take Viscount Barfire's asset. Barfire's asset. We waited in the courtyard of the Viscount's Main for the Master Thief, who is notorious for targeting corrupt aristocrats, but he infiltrated the grounds dressed as a guard and escaped our watch. We managed to corner him in the gardens as he attempted to flee with paintings, coin, and other valuables, but he disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Though Zero got away, he left behind a rare treasure and documents implicating the Viscount in criminal activities. We apprehended the Viscount and gave him up to the authorities, claiming the treasure as our reward.
It just goes to prove that naught is beyond us when we put our minds to it.
So full-on Persona 5
We
situation.
recovered this long-lost treasure.
Ugh! What the fuck is that thing? Oh, I hate it. Why is this in this game? Calcabrina. First popular in regions where other forms of amusement were few, these dressable dolls are now many a young girl's treasure. It is said their lifeless eyes harbor the souls of lost owners. Why the fuck you letting kids play with this?
Fine treasure you found there. I commend you. Congratulations. Your standing as a treasure hunter has improved.
Ooh. I have to wonder what these treasure hunter and adventurer rankings mean. All right.
Thank you.
With that done, Lilith, what's your job points looking like? 5 hundo. Now she can tame monsters. Awesome. What did I have you? Mystic? Let's do that. And then Stadio, I have him as a white mage for now because as a mystic, because I was going to make him an orator, because orators can keep gun. Orator can use gun.
Yes?
Yeah, sorry I was kind of rambling about FMA there. Like, coherency for me on talking about Fullmetal Alchemist kind of takes a nosedive because I am a holdover of that era when 2003 Fullmetal Alchemist was called Garbo, and I am one of the soldiers for 2003 FMA, trying to stay the course of it, saying like, no, it's good, it's just more Fullmetal Alchemist. It has a lot of character study aspects to it, and is some of the filler bad? Yes. I will not forgive some of the filler there. Like, straight up, anybody that's ever curious about Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 and hasn't watched it yet, skip episode 4. Skip episode 4. You literally miss nothing. Skip episode 4. It is a filler episode that is just a veritable wet fart, because one of Ed's biggest fuck it, I'll just talk about it. One of Ed's biggest conflicts in Fullmetal Alchemist throughout the journey that he goes through is Ed does not kill. He doesn't want to kill. He is still a young guy going through he's still a young guy going through who has gone through and is still going through really traumatic situations, and has dealt with some of the most heinous shit you'll ever see. Something that you never want anyone to go through in any stage of their life. And, you know, him not wanting to kill is understandable. There's a point in, you know, both Brotherhood and 2003 FMA where they learn that prisoners are being used to make Philosopher's Stones. And in 2003, I remember that Envy and Lust, and I think Gluttony is there too, are trying to goad him into making a Philosopher's Stone to repair... I think it... Was it to repair Al? I don't remember if it was to repair Al. I know Al was damaged. I think it was just to make a Philosopher's Stone, because the homunculi wanted him to make one. And... there's just this temptation moment that he has. I don't remember if Brotherhood does the same thing, but I'm gonna guess no. I also it's very funny. There's this channel I saw, I forget the name, but they were doing this watch through, or they were watching clips from remakes of shows versus their original versions, and when they got to Brotherhood in 2003, they pointed out that Scar does a lot of aura farming in Brotherhood, and I kind of agree, because the Nina scene in Brotherhood is good, but he kind of has some aura farming moments, and I don't know, I prefer everybody prefers 2003 Nina, and in 2003 it just feels like Scar's realizing his mission in 2003 after he does the thing, and yeah, it's fucked up, and he's realizing like, oh, the alchemists are monsters because they've done these horrible things, you know, this chimera is exemplar of that. So that's when he realizes, I realize it now, I have to destroy the alchemists. Whereas in Brotherhood, he's already on his mission and then does his thing, and then he just like stands in the rain with his hands in his pockets, and I'm like, bro, you trying to model for a fucking magazine cover or something? Yeah.
Certainly.
I just found that very funny. I found that particular aspect very funny.
Do my best.
Like, referring to that particular part as ore farming. Because it kind of is. And I'm now at least understanding enough of the lingo to understand what the fuck aura farming is. Like, aura farming is essentially whenever, like, someone does a cool person pose or tries to, like, do a cool person kind of, like, just stands or does an action in a particular way. Like, you know that episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends where where Blue tries to get Mac to be cool, and then that one popular kid and Mac end up just standing at a statue and just leaning against it for hours? That's aura farming. And I'm just, yeah. That's the essence of it. It's like, yeah. So, on the whole, all this to say, 2003 FMA is worth watching. It takes the story that Hiromu Arakawa made and while it's not a perfect adaptation of the story that's one-to-one, it does some things with the setting as well as the characters involved, and examines them through different lenses that they were just experimenting with at the time, since they had to go through the original angle to keep up with the show's popularity. And frankly, I think they did a good job. Takes it in far more of an anti-war conflict story versus a more shonen, fantastical, good guy versus bad guy by the end kind of thing. So yeah, that was something that I've been seeing. That's a sentiment that I've been seeing lately with Fullmetal Alchemist that I'm glad is on the uptrend, because as I said, I have been on that old conflict of like Brotherhood being considered the best thing ever, and that 2003 is Garbo. Alright. And plus also, 2003 FMA has Brothers, one of the best tracks to have been made ever for an anime OST. Like, that straight up is like, no contest, one of the best tracks to have been made in anime ever. Like, it's up there with Tank, Evergreen, Rise from Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex. Actually, that's more of like a song as opposed to a... Well, it's part of the OST. I'd say it still counts. Point is, Brothers is one of the best things ever done, and 2003 has that on its belt too. So yeah, it just makes it all the more sad that 2003 FMA is sadly going on the trend of being lost media, because it's not on Netflix anymore. Funimation is gone, so you can't exactly buy the DVDs and Blu-rays now. So, like, what? If I were to look up right now on eBay, like... If I were to look that up right now... Why the fuck am I not seeing regular... Huh? Alright, what if I were to look it up on eBay right now for 2003 Fullmetal Alchemist, for the Blu-ray, the prices can vary, because right now, while the series is out of print, I feel like there are at least enough copies going around to where you can get it with no problem. Why am I seeing signed baseball cards alongside Fullmetal Alchemist? That's very bizarre. There we go. Try that. Let's see if that narrows it down a little bit. Yeah, so like, right now, I would say is the best time for you to try and get all of Fullmetal Alchemist 2003 if you can. Because right now, the prices for at least the Blu-rays are between like 30 to 40, like 48 or so dollars. Frankly, best deal you can probably get, because if I were to look up Akano, which also is out of print, that's all, like... If I were to look up Akano, which is another early aughts 2000, like an early aughts anime that was also done through Funimation, that's steadily going up in price. I happen to have the entire series on Blu-ray, and they're getting up there to being about $80 or so, and unless you get them as on an import, you're not gonna find it very easily. Jesus Christ, almost $100. Yeah, point is, 2003 FMA, get it when you can, because I have a very strong feeling that you're likely going to have a harder time finding it. And I know they're sailing the 7 seas, but there's something special about having it physically, you know? Alright, what if I were to just... No, that'd be a bad idea. Alright, you go and attack this guy. Minotaurs. There we go. Yeah, I guess besides that, as far as a lot of other anime-related things I'd seen, I did see that Discotek Media has once more shown more series to be done on Blu-ray that you can pre-order on their site, and one of those happens to be The Big O. I sent that to Combo because I remember, I think it was around the time where, we were starting to talk for the first time, and I was just telling him about The Big O in chat once when I was streaming, and I told him about it, and he was like, dude, this is really good. So I sent it over to him because I figured that'd be a fun little thing to get, because The Big O, while second season is not as good as the first season, it's definitely still worth your time, because something about The Big O that I appreciate as a mech series, as a guy that isn't usually into mechs at all, is that The Big O is portrayed as a genuine giant lumbering machine. I like a nice agile robot. They can be cool. I don't tend to watch a lot of mecha, but I like my Escaflones. They're agile, they're cool, they're essentially like moving armor with the same kind of dexterity that a person has. It's nice to see. They're cool. But I also like feeling the weight of just the sheer massiveness of a big-ass robot lumbering through, and when you feel the punches smack, you really feel them. Like, there's a bit in the first episode you see where the Big O is fighting this really big monster, and the Big O's doing like this pistoned punch where it like is punching up into this monster, and the piston hits it in its elbow and then smacks through the monster due to the force of the piston, and you just fucking feel it. You feel that shit hit you right in the core, and it's so fucking awesome. So yeah, I have a very big bias towards the Big O, because I think the Big O's just got a lot of cool ideas to it. And to explain the story, it is essentially noir mystery, but the main character has a giant robot. I've heard it described as like Batman the Animated Series if Batman had a giant robot, and yeah, that is ostensibly it. Because if I remember right, I saw a Bennett the Sage video about the Big O, and
Leave this to me.
Apparently,
I'll do what I can.
the studio that the division of Sunrise that worked on the Big O was apparently the same division that had done some work for Batman the Animated Series way back when. So if you're familiar with Batman the Animated Series, the Big O is going to look very familiar to you, especially if you're familiar with like the New Adventures of Batman. The one from the ones that started to lean more into like the Justice League kind of aesthetic. Like if you think of a Bruce Timm cartoon, you're going to think of like Justice League Unlimited, like that kind of thing. And yeah, like that's the kind of aesthetic that Big O leans more into. And it's an aesthetic that I personally really like, because it's such an Art Deco different style, But yeah, sorry I wasn't very clear on my Fullmetal Alchemist stuff. It's just trying to remember a Blue Sky post in the midst of the weeks going is hard to do, because Sometimes social media posts do just go in and out of your head. But yeah, like essentially 2003 FMA is more of a war story with fantastical elements, whereas Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is more like classic shonen fantasy style. And there's nothing wrong with either. They're both still really good anime that I would 1000% recommend to anybody that you watch. And I really hope someday they can do a re-release of 2003 if some licensor can just fucking pick that up. Please, God.
Or never.
We need that. Because, like, I don't want 2003 to be left to the wayside. Brotherhood's gonna be fine. Brotherhood's safe because it is Brotherhood. It is Brotherhood, and it's going to forever be safe. In the same way that, that Bebop is gonna be safe, or I don't know what. Well, actually, is Escaflowne safe? Actually, I have no idea if Escaflowne would be safe. Let me check that, actually. It's kind of safe. Well, it's kind of safe, but likely going to be in jeopardy. Because, you know, fun thing is that the Vision of Escaflowne had a very rocky history to get to the position that it currently is in now, given how it initially came to the West. If you don't know what I'm talking about, so The Vision of Escaflowne is an anime from 1997? Let me double check that. When did it come out? 1996. I was close. And it is essentially an isekai story, except it's one of the good isekai where the main character has better senses of agency, and also there's a Yoko Kanno soundtrack, which by and large, without any kind of hyperbole, makes it better by every stretch of the imagination than any isekai out there right now. You're not gonna catch, I don't fucking know what. You're not gonna catch, like, protagonist guy gets reincarnated as, like, gets reincarnated as a shoe shiner and somehow has the overpowered shoe shiner skills that lets him shoe shine the boss into liking him, and also there's, like, a big following of cat girls with him. Like, you're not gonna see a series like that getting a Yoko Kanno soundtrack. Although it would be really, really hilarious if I say that and immediately it happens. Like, if Yoko Kanno's next anime project that she does has something like that in her discography. But, point is, Yoko Kanno OST, done by Studio Sunrise, and was about a girl that ends up in another world by way of a prince showing up with a dragon, and then takes her back to his home planet, which is a planet that is just off of Earth's orbit, but not so close that it's fucking up with the tides. You know, because you don't want to bring up questions of potential real-world planetary physics. I forget the exact term for it, but it's he takes her to a planet and ends up embroiled in... And she ends up embroiled in a lot of the conflicts in the world itself. So, yeah, it's very good stuff. And, as I said, Yoko Kanno OST, and it recently had gotten a redub. And the reason why it had to get a redub, as well as a rocky... And the reason why it had a rocky start in the West was because when it came to the West initially, it got the 4Kids treatment while not being a 4Kids property. So it went under a lot of heavy censorship. It also had gone to the lengths of getting rid of some of Yoko Kanno's score, which is honestly one of the greatest goddamn cardinal sins any studio of any capacity could ever make. Like, if you are ever working on a series that has Yoko Kanno as the composer, and you think, oh, we're dubbing the series, we're just gonna change out some tracks here, like 4Kids style, and change out Yoko Kanno's OST, I hope someone shits on your fucking car. Like, I hope someone takes a gigantic goddamn shit on your car. Like, just a gigantic pouring shit, like that guy that ended up having to go to like that guy that got diarrhea on the plane. I hope someone does that on your car, because you don't do that to a Yoko Kanno soundtrack. That particular version of the series did not last very long because, you know, for obvious reasons, they couldn't be able to keep up with how relatively gruesome and deep the political aspect of things had to be in order for it to continue. Kind of like how One Piece had to stop after Alabasta because they just could not be able to do anything with Skypiea. Or Alabasta, not Alabaster. I'm sorry, my bad. I need to get rid of these assholes. Thank you, Combo. And let me tell you, really, like, aside from having to getting rid of Yoko Kanno's OST, one of the other reasons why that particular part of Escaflowne was so dogshit was because they also had reworked a lot of the series to try and essentially undo a lot of the aspects of the story that relied on Hitomi, the main character. Like, because the main character is a high school girl named Hitomi, and because they wanted to recontextualize the series to be like for the boys because giant robots, they straight up did things like cut the first episode and like redid the whole series to just not have her as the protagonist because she was a girl, which is really dumb to try and do, especially since the series like has her just everywhere. Like she is the main character. Like, I'll quote Bennett the Sage again about this. Like, redoing Escaflowne to be more about Vaughn, the other, like, main supporting character, would be like the equivalent of trying to make Sailor Moon about Tuxedo Mask. Like, so yeah, it was a very stupid thing that they did, and it really marred the availability for the series for the longest time. But, as I said, a successful Kickstarter campaign happened, and with that Kickstarter campaign, a new dub had been recorded, and the series, you know, up to the point of Funimation's closure, had become more widely available than it probably ever had ever been. And I was lucky enough to be able to grab a Blu-ray when I did, because I watched it on Verve way back when, and I loved it. So, yes, fair to say I am really glad to finally get to watch this really cool show and have it on my shelf. And someday I really hope to get it signed at a con, because that's something that I like to do at cons, is to get DVDs and games signed by VAs from the thing that I'm watching or listening to. So, yeah, it's just fun. Alright, oh, come on. Oh, this is a disaster. I think, you know what? Fuck this encounter. I don't want to be in this encounter. That's a bad encounter to be in. Let's just get to Gog Heights, or to these heights rather. But yeah, like much like One Piece, Escaflowne did get better treatment as a redoing of its production by the end of it, and Aaron Dismuke is actually in the dub. He plays the main supporting character Vaughn, and I believe it's Caitlin Glass that voices Hitomi. Let me double check that. me double check. No. I could have swore. I thought... Okay, I was wrong. No, not Caitlin Glass. Kelly Sheridan. Kelly Sheridan. That's who voices Hitomi. And then it's... Wait, no, that's the old dub from Saban. Where the fuck is the new one? No, that's the old dub. Come on now. You can't do that to me. That's just not right. It is Caitlin Glass. Yeah, Caitlin Glass as Hitomi, and then Aaron Dismuke as Vaughn. Just a good dub all around. There are some actors, though, that unfortunately I wish weren't in the dub. If you know, if you look up the cast, you'll know exactly what I mean. But on the whole, the dub is still really good. It's just unfortunate that some really phenomenal dubs have some really bad people in them, but that's just the unfortunate thing about that kind of stuff is, like, sometimes your favorite things end up having people in it that did horrible things. Like, it sucks. It really does suck. It sucks to encounter that kind of situation. It's like, oh wait.
How could they have found us when we have fled so far? Have the gods no mercy?
Is that a scouting party from the Order of the Southern Sky?
We are done with fighting. We've had our fill of blood and death. It doesn't matter if we're poor, but our place is with our families. I'm going back to my wife and child. You will not force us to return.
Deserters, it seems. Pray, heed my words. We do not pursue you. It is not our wish to fight.
Aye, that much I'll believe. Better to strike us down cleanly when our backs are turned. Do not think us so green as to fall for your tricks.
That man... Does he not have the look of the one on the handbill?
What? Are you sure?
Aye, it's him all right. Ramzabail, the heretic. What do you say we claim his head and take it back to camp?
Are you serious? We're deserters. Our heads would be on spikes next to his.
Consider it. As a son of House Baelv, he's no mere bounty. His family commands the northern sky. We'd be fools to pass up this opportunity.
The man who captured that general were dismissed honorably.
Exactly. If we're to return to our homes, let us do so with our heads held high. Were we to flee now, it would be to a life of skulking in the shadows. They still think we're out scouting, and it could stay that way.
Very well. Let us return with him, or at least with his head. It's not long for those shoulders anyway. He is a heretic after all. Come. Let this be our final battle. With this godless man's blood, we buy our way home.
It seems there is no avoiding this fight.
Okay, so a squire, an archer, a chemist, a thief, and another thief. And another squire. But yeah, that's just very unfortunate that a lot of people's favorite things can tend to have really shitty people involved in the project, and or like something you really liked from a person can end up being bad in retrospect. Like, it's not a good situation. It really isn't. When a thing you like just becomes the unfortunate ends up with an unfortunate mark because of, you know, shitty people and being involved in it. Also, I'm gonna redo the formation because I forgot that guy does not have time magic on him, so I need to give him a time magic skill. Like, that's not an unfamiliar thing for many people, likely, where, you know, something they really like back in the day ends up being made by a shitty person. I'm confident if y'all know one fucking particular British author, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Fuck that person, by the way. I'm not even gonna name her, but if you know, you know. Fuck her. She's awful. She's a terrible fucking human being. And I hope someday that you know, she just stops doing. I hope someday she gets halted in doing all of her just machinations of the horrible shit she's doing to trans people. Like I'm not naming her, but chances are y'all know exactly who I'm talking about, because it's hard to avoid her, unfortunately. All right, now he's got time skills.
Certainly.
Throw our thief, and
An excellent choice.
not you.
Let's go.
There we go. Let's try this.
It's time.
Fast forward this cutscene. Haste on you three. Beautiful. Ramza, how far can you throw a rock? Pretty far, but not far enough.
I'm ready.
Oh my god, cloak evasion. Beautiful.
Let me think.
Let that sink in.
This to me.
It's like that sequence of Steve Carell's in Bruce Almighty. Oh, nice try. You ain't stealing. Hold on. No one really needs healing right now. Can you do enough damage? I doubt it. Good enough damage. Uh-oh, Rams is getting kind of hit on a lot. Well, oh my god! Okay, Ramza, you're kind of getting smacked around pretty badly. Thank God he's got that walking heal skill.
Only one thing for it.
Moogle. And move here. Get a little bit of healing in. Wonderful. God, that dual wield. I really need to make Ramza a ninja so he can get that. That's such a good skill. Kiraga. Okay, yeah, it turns out a better party format was the way to go here. I'm going to have you actually wait here. Oh, balls. There we go. Now you won't be healed.
You're finished.
And then I'm gonna have you haste you and the samurai. And there's only 2 of y'all left, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Also, ad break in about 4.5 minutes. Heads up. Can't really do anything. His mobility's kind of shot on that front. Oh, come on. That's just a really cruel miss. There we go, and wait, and Ramza, you go up here. Oh wait, no, I could have had him recovering behind it. Fuck. Well, you get the final. I forgot you have the healing staff. Motherfucker, how'd I forget that? All right. Ooh, Flail of Flames, that's good. Equip crossbows. Sure. Why not? You go down here.
I must act.
There we go.
They should throw their lives away. And yet, what right have I to blame them?
Yeah, that makes sense. The ninja class is really good. I'm gonna have to make Ramza a ninja for that dual wield skill at least. But that get rid of shield parry, which has saved his ass.
What would you have done? Did I have any other choice? Is that?
We meet again.
I see the Black Lion sits upon your breast. You are of the Order of the Southern Sky, then?
I am, and it would seem we have you to thank for dealing with our deserters. I must admit, I did not expect to see a son of House Baelv lend his aid to our order.
The fight was not of my choosing.
Forgive me. I know you do not wish to shed blood. But it cannot always be avoided. We're no different. Had we the choice, we would not be hunting these men.
You knew who I was all along, didn't you?
I did. I'd seen your name and face upon a bill. While the bounty was certainly impressive, 'twas the charge of heresy that caught my eye. They claim you murdered Cardinal Delacroix, but I somehow find that hard to believe.
Have you a mind to turn me in?
Why would I do that? Our orders are to capture deserters.
Ah, Oran seems like a cool guy. Also, ad break's about to happen, so we're going to go into 3 minutes with an hour if no pre-rolls after, so be sure to hydrate, stretch, do whatever you need to do. We'll be right back, everybody. And we're back. Thank you for your patience. All right. So Oran was more interested in the heresy part of things and isn't going to turn us in, so he seems like a bro.
They say nothing of heretics already hunted mercilessly by the church. If I were one of those, I think I'd get moving before the lions at my heels thought to feast upon me as well.
Why do you still fight? I do not see why anyone should want to prolong this senseless war.
So long as your brothers point their swords at our throats, we must.
If the White Lion lowered his claws, would the Black follow suit?
No, I do not think it like he would.
Could you deliver a message to Count Orlando? If you should chance to meet him. There are men behind the curtain who goad the dukes for their own gain. We are all but puppets, dancing as they pull our strings. It is those men we ought to be fighting.
I can deliver the message, but why to the Count?
My father once told me Count Orlando was the only man he could truly call a friend.
Lord Barbeneth said that. Very well. I will tell the Count what you've told me.
Then you believe me?
Prior to joining House Jirai, I was the Count's adopted son, and still regard him as my father. I know for a fact that he returns your father's fondness. In honor of their friendship, I will trust you, Ramza. Now, I do not know the reason these men seek the Zodiac Stones. If it is for the benefit of the people, I see no reason to raise protest. But if they seek to use the legend for their own gain, I can assure you my father will not sit idly by. It was not for quiet complacence he was given the name of Thunder God. To worthy causes he would ever lend his strength.
You know of the High Confessor's plot?
Of it, yes. But we have no hard evidence. Our spies are working tirelessly, but I suspect you know more than they. As the heretic who slew Cardinal Delacroix, I dare say you've learned a few things.
If you did have evidence of the plot, would you then be willing to lay down your swords?
Does such evidence exist? Well, whether or not it would mean the end of this conflict, I cannot say, for the gears have long been set in motion. But if evidence did exist that could expose the plot, my father, for one, would surely sheath his blade.
Lord Oran, we must press onward.
Very well. Let us resume our march. Farewell, Ramza. See that you keep your head about your shoulders. Never think yourself without allies. You do have friends. Friends who would gladly lay down their lives fighting beside you, and I count myself among them. I may not be at your side, but we fight together to end this war. Remember that.
Yeah, he's a bro.
Thank you, Oran.
All right.
Good day to you. You're interested.
What are the errands here? Salvage Expedition Tour. Experience life on the open ocean with our Salvage Expedition Tour. Sunken treasures may await the fortunate. Meals included. Novices welcome. Explore an abandoned mine and learn to fear the darkness. Buried treasure may await the brave and fortunate. What mysteries will you unearth? Go into this Skyrim dungeon and solve this super complicated 3-image puzzle. Orichalcum Dirk. Ooh. Yeah, let's get a few of these. Which ones need a dirk? Diamond sword, you cannot ignore nor my diamond sword.
Are you hat beneath?
I imagine I probably just gave a bunch of you, like, immediate whiplash upon remembering that old-ass Minecraft song.
Are you hat beneath?
Jesus, diamond armor, too?
Are you hat?
Wow.
May I become back?
This game came out far before Minecraft ever did. I should not be going like, Minecraft! Let's see. And I know Agrius could use new stuff. I have to do some continuous development on my people here.
Do you want something?
You're fine.
Yeah?
My lady and I would often rendezvous behind the warehouses at Daughter. Oh, would that we could do so again.
Huh. Alright, wasn't expecting that diatribe. Cool, dude. Happy for ya. Alright, Partisan.
Yes?
Out come Dirk.
Oh?
Diamond armor. Like in that good old game Minecraft. You know, funny thing, I haven't played Minecraft in like over 10 years. Like, I remember the first time that I really did Minecraft, like dedicatedly, that I played it for fun, was when I played it back in like 2013. So when I say a long time ago, I mean a long ass time ago. I've not been on Minecraft in a long time.
I'm here.
I remember I did play Terraria quite a lot. I played Terraria on the 3DS.
Me?
I've really had like interesting ways to play a lot of very popular games. Super Metroid I played on the 3DS. Terraria I played on the 3DS. Minecraft I played on the PS3. Give it time, I might end up playing Doom for the first time on the calculator, like how people are able to program it. Or, I don't know, I played Tetris on a pregnancy test. Maybe something like that. Somebody's probably done that. I know somebody programmed Doom to be playable on a pregnancy test. So I wonder if they could do that for Tetris, too.
I won't disappoint.
Very well.
Alright, Agrius. What time skills have you got? You've got the essentials.
I cannot wait.
Let's do this.
No turning back.
Alright, what's this next encounter?
Are you blind to the treason of your words, Rafa?
He uses us, Marak. We are instruments of murder to him, not more. To stay would be to live out our days as the Grand Duke's cat's paws. Come, let us run away together while we yet can.
Have you forgotten who it was who saved us when we had lost our parents to the war?
Who played? Ivalice Chronicles. Rafa, Lara Sawala? Huh. I like their voices. Very nice. And Marach. And this is his only other credit. Interesting. Elhem Esas. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Okay. I've never heard her before. Okay, she was in a Transformers movie. She was in The Hurt Locker? Magnus Protocol, FBI International. Huh. Okay, she was in Cyberpunk, Final Fantasy 16. Really? And Baldur's Gate 3. Okay. And for Elhem Esas. Elhamesas. Oh, okay, this guy's this guy's well known. Oh. Okay, this guy's like either BAFTA winning or BAFTA nominated for a BAFTA. Wow, this cast is stacked. Holy shit. Okay, that's really cool to see. This is a good casting. Holy shit, this game's got a really good set of voice VAs. Yep, and there's Ben Starr as Dice-Darg. Fucking love Ben Starr. He's awesome. Like, if there was ever a chance that I could get to meet Ben Starr at a con, I would 1000% take it, because I fucking love his work, and he seems like such a fun guy.
Grand Duke Barrington opened his heart and home to the both of us. You would repay that kindness now with treachery? We owe him a debt of allegiance. We'd have died a beggar's death were it not for him.
Feed us, he did, Merak.
Merak,
We were
okay.
sacked on lies.
Merak.
I know the truth of it now. It was the Grand Duke himself who set fire to our village. He killed everyone we ever knew, his hand hidden by the smoke of war. And do you know why? It was for our gifts. You and I possess power, and power is all he craves. He burnt down our entire village that he might claim the sacred power of our mantras for his own. Opened his heart, you say? The man is not possessed of one. He murdered our parents. It is you who needs to open your eyes, Merak.
I'll not abide your ill-mannered tongue.
You know, don't you? You know of the thing he did to me. You are my brother. You know of this, and even yet you...
Speak not another word. Any more from you, and so help me God.
Marek, our quarry draws
Oh,
nigh.
fuck, a ninja.
I am well aware, and long since made ready.
Merak!
That's him.
Rafa!
Pray, lend me your aid.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Wow, it really is something. Like, I understand Final Fantasy does delve into themes like this, but holy shit. Oh, nice evasion. What is your class? What are you? Sky Seer. What is that?
So you are the heretic Ramza. Help me, I beg you.
I'm not certain what this is about, but questions can wait. Stay close. I will see you safe.
Thank you.
Adamantine Blade? What is that? What are you doing?
I will fulfill my mission.
You're the Grand Duke's man. Did you not say you'd await my coming at Riavanis?
I did but deliver the Grand Duke's message as asked. I do not need the Template swords to slay some petty knight apprentice.
Alright, well, I'm gonna heal her because she took a pretty big hit.
Right then.
Right.
Let's do that. Big damage.
Right.
Oh, and he got silenced. Even better. Let's do a haste on Rafa and Ramza. Let's do that, and then summon Ifrit on this section here.
Wesson.
Oh, shit. Oh. Oh, my God. There we go.
Damn it. Do the gods favor a heretic over me?
Okay, Ramuh's getting summoned on us. That's gonna suck. Oh, Agrias just took a big hit. Oh. Okay, she lives, but ow. She ain't living that. Holy fuck. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let's move you here.
Come on.
Revive Agrias.
Onward.
You have only time magics. Try and haste our summoner too. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Okay, that was a miss on all fronts. Awesome. Love to see that. Oh, God. Oh, shit.
I must be decisive.
I think I may need to restart this fight, because I didn't have any healing units, because gonna be blunt, I mixed up which of my summoners had the healing skills and which ones didn't. Also, I needed to give a secondary set of skills to the Time Mage. That was my bad. I completely forgot about that. Alright, he's now level 8 as a squire. I guess I can change him to a geomancer?
Let's try this.
And then... I'm gonna change... No, I don't want to change that out because he's got revive. You have black magics.
Understood.
Can I have you?
As you wish.
I won't disappoint.
And you, I just need to give... that. There. Okay. And then...
You can rely
let's
on
do
me.
that. Not commence yet. Because I believe you don't have any arithmetic skills. Multiple of 5, multiple of 4. Let's do that, because she's got healing skills too. Alright, I think we're good now.
No turning back.
This should work out. So Rafa might be a new party member for us. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know what the hell a Sky Seer is, though. Nice miss.
So you...
You're the Grand Duke's son.
And skip this cutscene, and we should be good now. Okay, can't really do anything with that terrain.
What to do?
Oh my god! Oh god. Well, that's not good.
Damn it! Do the gods favor a heretic over me?
Okay, he leaves. He doesn't leave at 0 HP. He just leaves after, like, a loss of a certain amount. Good to know.
Right then.
One step at a time.
They survive it. Oh god. Oh god. These summoners are a nightmare. Hold on. Okay, that's another summoner down. Oh dear. Son of a bitch. Okay. She does the one skill and then she can't really do anything else, I suppose. Oh, Ramza's gonna die. Problem is the ninjas hurt for certain, but the summoners hurt pretty badly too. It's possible, it's just sad that I have to hammer hard on them. It kind of sucks that I can't do a change out of the fight unless I either get a game over or... Yeah, like I straight up have to either like wait until it's like my unit's turn, or I get a game over. I wish I could just pause the fight and start over if I see things are going south. Oh my god, like that.
You're the Grand Duke.
Okay. Let's try this again.
Right.
What to do?
Speechcraft can't reach that far? No, I didn't think so.
Damn it.
And you bamf away. Okay, there. And then, because I can do this... Okay, we have a time mage. All right. Nice. And then... There we go. That's what I want to do.
Power thrumming in.
Here I go.
Pew. Okay, that I'll take. And then you, I want to arise our summoner. Son of a bitch. That aim... Oh man, aim plus that is mean. Can you please attack? Do the cool adamant blade thing that you did earlier. I'm begging you. Son of a bitch. One bad opener can really fuck a lot of things up. Because it's possible. It's just... Sometimes your luck's just shit. It happens. Like that. Oh, God.
You're the Grand Duke's man.
All right, let's try... Oh, I really wish I didn't change off from the Squire skills. I may have to do that again when we start the fight over. If I have to start the fight over again, I'm gonna do that, because frankly, that's ridiculous. Like, that's some bad fucking luck to have that happen twice. All right, you go away. Shoo, we'll take care of the ninjas and summoners. I wonder if Reflect will work on summons. My guess is probably no.
Can you stop?
Right then.
Oh, dear God. Somehow he lived. Well, this is going to result in another very unfortunate loss. Like, unless I get really lucky with how these plans work out, I don't think I'm going to win this. Yeah. $24, like, it's variable with the levels. It's the jobs that the enemies are that's making it tough on us. And probably my party arrangement too. And I'm just gonna straight up change Ramza's fucking secondary skill out from Geomancy, or from the martial artist. So we're trying this again. Christ alive, this was an ordeal of a fight. Those ninjas, like, the summoners are tough, the ninjas are annoying. Okay, maybe I should have aim. Do you have just aim 1? What did Rend Power do again?
This will do.
That doesn't matter. I'm gonna have it be like that. See if that helps anything. And you know what? I'm gonna go ninja versus ninja.
Certainly.
Fuck it. And then...
Ever ready.
What's your damage versus, yeah, you do more. I want the group damage of a summoner, too. You don't... This guy doesn't have a lot of summoner abilities, does he? No, you've got a lot. But I was going to save up your MP for that skill. You, though, I think have... No, you don't. You don't. Regenerate. Let's do that.
Forward.
Chances are we probably are going to need to do some more level grinding and job change arounds.
What to do?
So you are the heretic?
You're the Grand...
Alright, and then I'm going to use the metal skill to heal her so she's not just doing a bunch of heals to herself all fight. Like, I'd like her to help me out a little bit. Thank you. There we go. Just some help would be nice.
Power thrum.
Come on.
Oh, right! Fire shield! There. Get them to back off a little bit. And I'm gonna just have you fall back. Oh, you can't really fall back that far. Go all in and taking out the summoner. Fuck the summoners. What are your defenses? Hello?
What is the meaning of this, Marek? Has Rafa betrayed us?
Pay her no heed. The heretic is your sole concern. Once we have dealt with him, I will personally put an end to my sister's defiance.
But how will you explain this to the Grand Duke? You know the punishment for betrayal is death.
Did I not just tell you that is none of your concern? Breathe word of any of this to the Grand Duke, and that breath will be your last.
This girl is his sister. Would he truly harm her?
Okay.
Marek, what manner of brother are you, to seek to harm your own sister?
This concerns you not.
Whatever the nature of your feud, it is wrong to spill the blood of kin.
I said this concerns you not. If anything, you endanger Rafa by meddling in our affairs. I will not suffer her to consort with you. You will die here and now.
Is it at the Grand Duke's behest that you threaten your sister? Or do you act of your own volition?
It makes no difference. His Grace's orders are absolute.
Even though he would pit siblings against one another. Contrary to his reputation as an altruist, your master is a vile and depraved man.
You dare insult the Grand Duke? You will pay for that, heretic.
Alright. I don't have a revival skill with metal, but I do have a healing skill, and it's going to be a bunch of...
No turning back.
There we go. Big heal. Big heal into Big Dead. Can you get Agrius back on here?
I'll not last much longer.
Please help me out. Okay, good. Oh, dear God. Fuck you. And then... move you over here. Please. Thank you. Now he's out of MP.
Power.
Damn it.
Alright, the summoners are down. Just one ninja left. If she didn't just sit there in the corner defending a bunch, I feel like this could have gone very differently. I'm genuinely not happy about that. That's pretty... Okay! Could have gone better. Could have gone much better, but at least we won. Because she's very strong. She's got a really good skill, but unfortunately she gets hit immediately and she just spams potions and goes into the corner. And I'm like, you have skills and you have most of your health.
Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
We will not be safe here should more of them appear. Let us find a quiet place to hide.
Yeah, that really could have gone more smoothly if that first barrage of hits didn't just fucking pile on top of her like that. Because she is really good. I can sense that. She's strong. Yeah, it was a bad opener.
Grand Duke Barrington has eyes for one thing. The throne of Ivalice. They call him king already. King of the Forge. He fashions ever more and stronger arms for his ever-growing army. Even as he fielded his forces during the 50 Years' War, he quietly began making preparations to take the throne for himself.
His actions are guided from the shadows, by men who would use his ambition to their own ends. His blood ties to the crown give him a strong claim, rendering him an ideal pawn. These schemers would incite the war between the Dukes Larg and Goltana, allowing the Grand Duke to swoop in and assume regency. With the groundwork thus laid, they would then eliminate the Duke's respective charges, King Orinus and Queen Avelia, leaving the new regent as the foremost candidate for the throne. This, I suspect, was the plan used to entice the Grand Duke.
And you fight the Church, even though it means you must be labeled a heretic. Why would you do such a thing? That is a silly question. I know the answer. But surely you must realize your efforts will earn you no thanks.
I do not fight for gratitude. I am a Beowulf. I fight for the honor of my name.
Truly? You strike me not as the sort of man to fight for things so trite. No. You see evil and injustice before your eyes and cannot turn away. You do not even think to seek reward.
You mistake me for a better man.
There is reward I want. I want the return of the Choco Taco. The what? What is a Choco Taco? Long ago, there was a company called Klondike. They were very known for ice cream bars, and they made this waffle cone-style taco shell with ice cream and fudge, topped with chocolate and walnuts.
But we have spoken enough of me. What will you do now?
I'm still...
I must make for Riavanes.
Someday.
They still hold
and
my
I know,
sister.
I know they still, like, are... I know they released the recipe, but... I don't know. I just want them back in stores. But yeah, I assume her deal is that she's got this kind of, like, multi-enemy hitting skill that can hit an enemy multiple times at once. Because I was seeing that with the abilities.
Now that you've escaped, I expect you wish to go somewhere far away.
I cannot leave. Not without my brother.
So Barrington is a part of the faction that's trying to pit Goltana and Lark against each other and then swoop in to rule over what's remaining.
This quarrel between the two of you, will you not tell me about it?
He refuses to accept the truth. We were orphaned in the war, you see. We lost our parents, our home, all but our lives. The memories haunt me even now. Climbing mounds of rubble in search of any scrap of food. The air ever thick with death's foul stench.
My brother and I even had to play League of Legends competitive for a while to even earn some table scraps. A fate worse than death.
That was the life from which the Grand Duke spared us. At the time, I thought it sure the gods had sent him.
You are not alone. He has erected a great many orphanages. A noble gesture of less than noble intent. He wanted assassins.
Yep.
The orphanages gave him a pool of willing young minds, allowing him to select the very best to mold and train.
Hello, 511 Kinderheim from Monster. Which, by the way, apparently, I think I'm incorrect on this, but when I looked at Discotek Media for other Blu-ray pre-orders to get, Monster is listed for August 25th, which if that's true, if it becomes available to purchase or is at least being shipped out by then, I'm gonna be a very happy camper this year by getting Monster in my mailbox.
He must have seen some promise in you and your brother.
Like, I understand, like, because it's Collection 1, which is like the first half of the series, so it's not all 74 episodes, but listen, given how popular Monster is, and given that they're releasing Collection 1 at all, we're gonna get the other half of the series on Blu-ray, and I'm gonna fucking purchase it because I really loved Monster.
We Galtenas are the keepers of a sacred art, passed down through generations.
Galtenas, okay.
My brother and I are conduits. I of the heavens and he of the nether. We channel their power through mantras. The Grand Duke desired that power for his own. When our elder refused him, he put our entire village to the torch. All is grist that comes to that man's mill. If there is a thing he cannot have, he thinks it better that it not exist at all. To imagine the joy he must have felt when he discovered the two of us among the other orphans. It turns my stomach.
Yeah, so like Kaiba ripping the Blue Eyes White Dragon in half.
So when you learned of all this, you tried to flee?
My brother and I loved the man, as though he were our father. But even that did not stop him from...
I would have thought you fled further.
Marak.
Heed my words, heretic. Spare no haste on your way to Ivalice. Tarry here, and you next meet your sister in the afterlife.
Harm a hair on her head, and I'll have you there for company.
Rafa, you will accompany Ramza. Run, and the death of his sister hangs on your shoulders.
You play a craven game, Marak. This has naught to do with them.
I play no game. I trust you know what awaits should you try my patience any longer.
Come, Ramza. Let us make for Riovanes.
This message self-destructs a frog. What the fuck?
Forgive me. I did not mean to draw you into this.
You didn't. This madness is none of your doing.
Wow. Well, what I've learned right now is that I need to do some skill rearrangement.
Let us go.
And now she's a guest. All right. All right, so new stock available. Outfitters.
In particular.
Buy. Assassin's Dagger. Ooh.
Are you happy? Thank you for... Will that be all? Or catch your eye? Are you... Thank you. May I have aisle... Looking for aisle wait.
I'm gonna just go ahead and throw in some tavern.
Make yourself rumors.
Any
eh?
rumors?
Will that be
No.
all? Wanna earn some
Errands.
gil? Anything
Can't
else,
do any
Albert?
errands. What about in the mining town?
Good day to you. You're interested then? Will
Nope.
that be all? Thanks.
What is it?
Yeah, Geomancer level 5, and then he's basically got this whole half of the board done for requirements on whatever this job is.
All right.
What do you have? Change out that poll for you. Sky Seer, what is that? An assassin able to bend the laws of nature with forbidden techniques. The job command Sky Mantra allows the Sky Seer to perform unique attacks with an arcane power distinct from magic. Oh! Neat. Very neat.
Yes? Yes? Oh?
Ooh, that's pretty good, actually.
Preparations?
I'm just kind of taking a survey as to who's got what kinds of skills.
I'm here.
And you, I was going to make a ninja. So you need to be level 4 archer, and level 5 thief, and level 2 geomancer. Because we actually could use some more ninjas. And I am still going to probably...
Very well.
Because, what, Ramza made it to level 2 geomancer, 4 archer, 5 thief. At the very least, if I could get him the dual wield skill, that'd be pretty valuable.
What is it?
Let's try that. And then... And I need to give you the Black Mage skills that you had. Our army is steadily growing.
What is it?
Me? What is it?
Okay, that's about as good as we're gonna get. Check what other outfitters are...
Don't be a...
Oh, right.
Welcome. What are you selling?
I forgot I can sell carcasses here.
Is there...
What do the Minotaur carcasses give? Battle axes, really? Coral sword.
This is what this...
Take a shuriken at least. Alright, but the ads are starting, so 3 minutes, then an hour of no pre-rolls after, so stretch, hydrate, do whatever you need to do. We'll be right back. And we're back. Alright. So... I could sell the carcasses that I've got, because if I'm going to be honest,
what do you need?
I don't really need most of these. Like, how much gold am I really... How much gold? Gil. How much gil am I really saving by keeping and doing this?
This is my many.
Because a lot of these are...
This is my... There we go.
Yeah.
This is my many. This is my off. There we go. This is my night.
At the very least, this will let us get onto some errands that we can then send our units out to, because then that's more job points, and more job points equals more skills, and more skills equals better fighters. Let's go over here.
A warm rumors. Will that be all? That's the spirit. Who's going? How many days will you allow for that? Very well. Anything else? Thanks.
More gil, and then... do a fight. So I'll probably just spend this last half hour. So yeah, we have another guest member. The guest system, I think, is really cool. I just wish that they, you know, could... I wish I could at least control their movements, because they don't tend to make the best decisions in combat. Like, Delita in particular had some instances where I was like, buddy, come on, dude. Bro. Oh my god, I have so many chocobos. Yeah, I think part of the problem on why I'm getting so much damage taken on me, and I also, like... It's needing to likely upgrade armor, and also just genuinely being a bit underpowered in certain instances. Because, like, I can take the hurt to them pretty strongly, it's just they're hurting me faster than I hurt them. Like, that last round, as I said, I feel like that could have gone more smoothly if Rafa did not get... Oh, come on, man. I would have probably... The fight could have probably done differently if RNG did not completely make Rafa decide to just sit in the corner and use potions on herself. Like... Because, like, I get it. Like, you want the units to... Like, objective, she needs to stay safe, so therefore she heals herself. But the problem is that she just stayed in the corner after she was at near full health. So yeah, not an ideal circumstance. Oh my god, I just turned the bird traitor. What? No fucking shot. Okay. I'll have to let Lilith know that, wait, if I could turn a Minotaur over to her, I wonder what she'd react. Because she's a monster fucker, so that might turn out really nicely. That might be really funny to do. Ow. Yeah, you go over there, pal. Next time I run into a Minotaur and I have Lilith out, I'm gonna see if she can convince a Minotaur to join our side. Because, I think it'd be very funny to just have a random Minotaur. I find that really funny, though, that she can actually convince monsters. Like, I understand human enemies, yes, but, like, wow, that worked out pretty nicely. Let's go Cure, because Cure can harm these guys. And then High Potion there. Oh wait, I can go smack the bird and heal. I thought I could smack the bird and heal. Oh wait, that's the other summoner. Motherfucker. That's the problem. Like, because all my characters end up having a very, like, nondescript look, I keep mistaking one summoner for another one. Because the sprites are pretty much the same. So I gotta really pay attention to the names of my party members. Well, shit. Oops.
Sense is keen.
There we go. Lilith, yes, you managed to recruit a monster. You are the MVP of this one. This is so fucking funny. We have a Steelhawk. That's fucking awesome. So, what... Okay, Talon Dive and Glitter Dust. What do those do? Talon Dive swoops with sharp talons.
Do your chickens have large talons?
That's not Napoleon Dynamite. What the hell was that voice? It sounded like Moist Critical.
Do your chickens have...
God damn it.
Do your chickens have...
I can't do it. Like, I'm trying to do a Napoleon Dynamite voice, but I keep doing Moist Critical instead. Snatch a shiny object, stealing gil from an adjacent foe. Okay. Alright, well, I want to also check
Good day to you.
the errands here to do. Old Tappa's will. There's a hidden vein of ore in the long-abandoned Coldman mine. Old Tappa, who used to work at the mine, said as much in his last will and testament, so I know it's true.
How many days will you allow for this work? Understood. Anything else, sir? Thanks.
All right.
Wherever I'm needed.
All right.
Leave it to me.
Okay, we have a Minotaur. I'm going to see if Lilith can do it. If she can, I'm going to tell her, like, you just recruited a Minotaur. Okay, Combo's a chemist, level 8 now. So I think it's fair to say I maybe should just change him to another job. Problem is, I don't know. Didn't I change some other character to be... Was it Guston that I changed? I did, yeah, so... I should make Guston over here so that he can at least get some summoner levels in. Because I want to see... If that is Bard, then I know exactly what I'm supposed to do for Combo. Because I want him to be a Bard, like he requested.
Forward.
What to do?
Goddamn needle trap. Alright, let's do this. Uh-oh.
What to do?
You had the healings. Nope. Oh, right. It got replaced. The healing staff got replaced by the golden staff when I changed his equipment around. That explains it. So he was the right one. I just forgot that I changed the equipment because I did the optimize equipment button. Right. I remember now. Sorry, sometimes I do things and then I forget that I've done them. It happens. Okay, now the question is... 24% chance. Damn it. Worth a shot. For the bit, worth a shot.
Come on.
I'm gonna keep trying. I'm just gonna keep trying because I think it'd be really funny. Entice. Oh my god, I got it! Oh, I gotta let her know after stream. I have to let her know after stream. Oh, that's amazing. I did it. I have a Minotaur on my party now. That's amazing. Beautiful. And then Ramza, you get the final hit. Okay. Actually, I'm going to just go ahead and message her about it now. There we go. Okay, a Wizenkin is technically what they're called, but yeah, Minotaur, pretty much. Even got the bull noises and everything. Alright, I have to see what are the skills you've got. Anaxibia. Just one skill? Okay. Do you learn any new abilities? Cannot enter water, has counter, and you have no other abilities to learn. I'm guessing probably the same deal here. Yeah, cannot enter water, can fly. You know, I have to wonder, what... Given that monsters can't really learn new skills, what is the purpose of recruiting them? I guess experts in the game... Experts of the game, tell me in the comments of the VOD on YouTube, for what purpose is there to have monsters in your party? Is it for like an achievement thing or what?
Welcome. Make yourself up. You're interested then. Will that be all? Thanks.
Okay, I'm just gonna check around for the errands that are doable.
Welcome. It's just need anything else. That's the spirit.
Okay, Grand Magic Melee.
Who you sending? How many days for this errand? Anyone you... Very well. Need anything else? Thanks.
Alright, Outfitter.
Great, by all means.
Let's get some more robes. Immunity to instant KO. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Are you happy? Anything?
Strength of some elemental magics. We're gonna need to get some of those too.
Looking to sell. Are you happy? A pleasure. Will that be all? What is it you're selling? Are you happy to come? Are you happy? Are you happy? Thank you. May I help? After all, in particular.
Okay, and then we're gonna buy that. Ooh, immunity to silence is good. But I was gonna buy this. Yeah.
May I be of come back?
I'm gonna have to do a lot of equipment grinding, I think. Alright. But yeah, overall, we did some productive stuff this stream. We got a new guest character and progressed the story a little bit. It's just kind of chipping away at it because evidently I am getting my ass kicked at points.
Of course.
Alright. So level 2 on the Geomancer, so he can become a ninja now. Or not now, but needs another level in Archer. And then he can become a ninja. Wait, no. God damn it. And then one more level in Thief. Oh boy, I have my work cut out for me this weekend to grind up levels. Combo... I'm gonna... For combo... I'm gonna hold off until I know for certain what that job between the Orator and the Summoner is. I imagine it is gonna be the Bard, if there is gonna be any, but... like, whatever it might be, but... you know, you never know.
Very well.
Alright, there we go.
To battle!
And then... take out the Chocobo first, since that'll heal. Oh, you do not have a lot of movement.
One step at a time.
Diamond Dust. Sure enough. Oh, cool. Cloak evasion. Love to see that. There we go. Yeah, with the amount of movement we've got, I don't know how well he'll actually help me out.
Where am I needed?
There we go. Alright, we're just kind of checking around what other errands we can end up accomplishing in the midst of everything right now, and fighting whatever fights we have along the way. Because the thing is that the errands also provide nice backstory about the world, and just kind of goings on of everything around us, which is nice to see.
Welcome. You're interested then? An errand's over
First
and done.
errand.
Right then. Tell us how it went.
It was a complete success in every sense. It was like a dream come true.
The abandoned mine expedition was sponsored by the Lasalia Miners Guild. Most attendees were noble children from coastal regions looking for a new experience under safe supervision. Luckily for us, we struck a vein of ore and even uncovered some lost treasure in the process.
Rarely will one reap such rewards. Would that you could have seen us at work.
To add to our fortunes, we found this exquisite piece.
Okay, I like that better than the fucking doll we got earlier. This figurine of a black cat has eyes of lapis lazuli and claws inlaid with diamonds, a piece of considerable antiquity. It is highly sought after among collectors.
Fine treasure you found.
Put that in the Antiques Roadshow.
I'd consider that
Does
a
it,
job well.
God, I remember Antiques Roadshow from my parents would watch it when I was a kid. That show's not still going on, is it? For those that don't know what that is, Antiques Roadshow either is or was a show where people would take antique items from their household and have appraisers look at them in order for them to determine a monetary value to them. Either to like have just an understanding of the history of the item involved, or potentially to sell because, you know, people may fall in hard times. Actually, how was that? Antiques Roadshow. British reality show. British? Really? I didn't know. Wait, was it originally British? Because I remember there being an American version. Yeah, In Search of America's Hidden Treasures. So I guess both British and American. Huh. Yeah. Appraise antiques brought in by local people, generally speaking. So it started airing in the 70s in the UK. So the American Antiques Roadshow, British Antiques Roadshow, which premiered in 79. The American version first aired in 1997 up to 2018. Oh. Okay, so I guess they just... Okay, so the British version is still airing from like 2008 onward for, like their stuff, but I guess 19 seasons of the American version they just don't do anymore? Okay. Yeah, I guess because of COVID-19, that definitely fucked up the ability to really do that kind of gathering of appraisers and people bringing in their antiques. Oh, well.
Of course. Need anything else? That's the spirit.
All right. Old Tulpa's will. How did that go?
Tell us how
Old Tulpa.
It was glorious. Spectacular. Our efforts were rewarded many times over.
An information broker told us of a hidden vein of ore in the long-abandoned ComboMon mine. Apparently, it was mentioned in the will of Old Tulpa, a former mine worker. However, when we contacted Old Tulpa's family to glean a more precise location, we learned that his will had been stolen. Working in the city guard, we apprehended the informant, a man named Gordon, and restored the mining rights to the family, who granted us permission to explore the tunnels. Soon after we began work, we struck upon a rich vein of adamantine and other valuable minerals, ensuring Old Tulpa's wishes for his family came true.
I hope now you may see what we are capable of.
I'd consider that a job well done. Need anything? Thanks.
All right. Well, we're reaching the 3-hour mark, and I'm hungry, and I'm probably going to go ahead and make a pizza, so I'm going to end off there for the night. We made some progress, and we got plenty of levels.
What would you wish to know?
Rafa Galtena, member of the Grand Duke Barrington's secret band of assassins known as the Kamja. Kamja? It'll probably get pronounced later. And Marak's younger sister. Rafa lost her parents in the 50 Years' War and wandered the streets as an orphan until Grand Duke Barrington took her in and trained her as a mage. When she discovered the Grand Duke himself had razed her village, she left Rio Veins and swore revenge. And Marak is completely in on Duke Barrington wanting to just obey him no matter what.
Safe travels.
And State of the Realm.
The records here
and yeah,
paint a
we're
vivid
just,
picture of this
we found them along the way of trying to get back to Alma, and Oren is being a bro and helping us out.
Let us speak on this again.
And then here's the events again. Stratagems for battle.
With knowledge comes clarity. I'll keep you
I don't really need to see all that. Yeah, I believe that's everything. Oh, I can re-review the
recorded here.
I can review the errands that I've done. I don't know what this adventurer and treasure hunter level thing may add into the gameplay, though, is the thing. Like, I don't know what that's supposed to be for.
Yes.
Maybe it's for some unlockable characters or something. Who knows? Either way, we did some progress. We got plenty done in our 3-hour time frame. So, chat, with that, that's going to be everything for tonight. So thank you for joining me. As I mentioned at the top of stream, since I'm going to be changing to my new job next Monday, stream times are going to be different. So, letting you know that now. But I'm still doing my demo day stream at my usual interval of time. I'm just going to be, like, future streams, as I said, will just be at a different time frame next week. If not next week, then the week after, because I still need to acclimatize to what the change will entail, but I'm excited. This will be a very big change, and it's going to leave my afternoons and evenings more free, especially on Fridays, so that might be really beneficial. So, yeah. It's gonna be something, but I am excited to be saving a fuck ton of more money on gas. That's going to be really nice because, as I said, every time I would ever have to travel around, like hop back and forth between different areas for appointments or shopping for groceries and then work, I'd be needing to fill my car up like once every week and a half or so. But if I can cut that down even further, that's a lot more that I'm saving. So yeah, that's going to be very nice. So schedule, I'll make sure to let you all know about it on Blue Sky and on YouTube. So VOD watchers, thanks again for watching. And if you want to see when I'm live next, follow my Blue Sky, follow the YouTube posts, subscribe to see them. I'm usually live Tuesdays through Thursdays, and then starting next week, I will be streaming from 4 p.m. CST to roughly around 7:30. That is kind of the format that I've got in mind for streams going on. But besides that, that is pretty much everything. So, VOD watchers, stay hydrated, keep your postures checked, be good out there, and I'll see you next time. Bye.